So welcome back, and we are going to make a new character. It's been a while. So let's use the quick character generation. And this time we will use this name. And I will choose my Breton race lady. As usual. Maybe different face. I like this one. So, our preferred enchanting blade, spatial plus. And the Atronax sign. Right. So, in short, as usual, a class made to be a sort of jack of all trades. And also I am sort of justifying my metagaming knowledge as a sort of deja vu's having from this class. Well, anyway, let's try and play this. And we skip the Goblin Lab starting video, mostly because it has a loud volume compared to my setup, so no movies. And necessities of Morrowind configuration, as usual. We say yes to most of things, with the exception, this is the same mostly. Preserve raw foods. It doesn't always work. Because in theory it should avoid using raw ingredients, but doesn't work very well. And we want text message and sound. And tribal duration, which is a time scale of 10 instead of the usual. We have a female main character. We want fires. Well, let's try this one. And then I will say no about all the things related to light on Windows, because we have more modern MWSE Lua mods and do not need that. And we don't use book rotate anymore for the same reason. And this one, I'm thinking about making a mod with MWSE Lua, which is adding time when you read books. I think it will be a nice option to add to, for instance, the mod by Marlord, I think, which is in theory telling you if you have already read a book when you are on the last page on the book. In theory, this mod should remember that you have already read the book. I say in theory because it doesn't work very well for me. Probably there's a conflict with some other tooltip mod. But I think it will be nice also to add some time for each page you open. So something like the passing time while reading, but done for MWSLUA. Maybe I will try and do something like that. As for now, no, finish, and now we start the MCA configuration. Morrowind comes alive. So we want companions, we want courtesans, we want hostiles, and we want bandits, ashlanders, brigands. Yes. The one thing I think that it's better to choose is medium-sized party, because large parties are a little much, especially for my frame rate and my crashings. So not only a difficult reason, but especially a stability reason. So medium-sized parties are more than enough in my opinion. Okay. And we're done, I think, with configuration now. The mods, so I will just save here, because this is the point. If you use the tweaked mod quick char, which I tweaked to start in a random place every time you are at this point, and it's a random place that you can have from all the mods in your loading list. And to do this you must first generate a database of the possible locations, which is something you do calling a batch and then calling a script for task-free command. And this is done at the start because it's a long process to find good places where you can be teleported from all your loading list, and it's better to do it once at the start of the game. And so I save here, because this way, if I am teleported to some place I don't like, I can just restart from here without having to redo the configuration of MCA and of necessities of Morrowind. So I will save here and call it Lefe, just and random, so I know this is the game where the random is started. And now in a short time we should have Daggertour mocking us.
Oh, dear me. Forgive me, but I am enjoying this.
And teleporting us to some random place, which I think this time is in Tamir Rebuild preview map somewhere. Let's see. Oh, we are in some random Tamir Rebuild place to the western part of the mainland, and it's a good place like any other. Let's see. We get a nice lantern and a torch. So this place could be inhabited by some bandits, but probably not, because this is a preview area, so it is not populated yet. Probably. So we found a nice start, a nice easy start. So usually I play the first thing I do when I start in a random place in this big Morrowind world is to sort of start as main quest to be able to reach Sidening and start the normal game. And this time we are not far from there, but maybe it's not properly easy to cross the sea here. So we will see what happens. I'm curious about actually using some intervention from here, but I think we could be teleported somewhere even more distant. But anyway, let's explore a little. Oh, and I also testing a new mod which I'm doing with, for MWSLUA, which is sort of trying to integrate Morrowind crafting, the old version obviously, and the new one is on progress, but it is far from finished, I think, and integrate Morrowind crafting and necessities of Morrowind with Lua. So for instance, I'm trying to do something like this. So I can drag and drop things recognized as food, which are not all necessities of Morrowind things, but a good part of them, and also from new mods. In theory, so we can drag and drop things like in more modern Lua mods. But starting the proper necessities of Morrowind script. So it is sort of trying to make it work in a more modern way, but keeping necessities because I love it. I love these new places with new foods and imperial outposts and things like this, the quest and so on. So I keep using that for now. Let's see if it works with this meat. Yeah. So you can still use the usual satchel and things like that, but you can also use drag and drop to eat something like the Quoma eggs. But we are not actually hungry, I think. Let's see. Oh, maybe we are a little. But anyway, I think this place is safe because it has no name yet. It's just marked with some array identifier, but it's mostly a small Quama egg mine. So no bandits here probably. But a good place is to start here with no danger, immediate danger. So let's see what's out of here. Oh, we are in the roaring area. And has been here, and we have our first mud crab. Oh, this is not my usual hair. Oh well, a new style for now. And let's see. And I'm using the mod by QQQBBB, which is hiding the name of everything the first time you use it. So a new book here. This is the Water Life one, which is giving you a spear skill. Oh, we can also use the ring to decrease a little the time scale. We have 10 from necessities of Morrowind, but I like a little less. 8. It's a good time scale. And Differently from Oblivion and Skyrim, in Morrowind you can use any timescale you want. You can use timescale 1 and there's no problem with the quests. But I think it's real time is a little too slow. So 8, 10, I think it's a good compromise for when you play with survival mods. And at the same time, you have no fast shadows, which is the normal speed. It's more realistic this way. We could try and kill that thing, but we are level 1. Probably not a good idea. Try and kill things only if we are attacked for now. Okay, so let's go to the north. So I'm using for Tamil rebuild area, I'm using new grass mod by I must remember the new modern nickname. It was Flash something and now it is Remiros, and I'm using that for Tamil rebuild mostly because it's the one more up to date with the new changes. But I like also to use my classic woods grass for the rest of the world. So what I did is change the mod to use the new grass only for this time rebuild area, because by default it is replacing completely wood grass, and I prefer to have some variety. So in theory we should be able to reach the far away coast of Vanderfell, but it's a long walk with the water walk, so maybe let's explore a little more. I don't think in this area of the preview there are inhabited cities, but still nice to explore. Oh, and I'm testing some new modes. This is my first try to use the standard new interface, because I have to do it because I have a lot of settings and this way they are visible. It's a mod I'm trying to do, which is sort of replacing the standard mods with the merchants hot fusion inspire mercantile and speechcraft increase. It is using more or less the same formulas but done with MWSE, and also I'm tweaking all these game settings from here, so you can change things, and these are mostly coming from the Vakim game settings and other similar mods, also by Hot Fusion. So I have these merchants and vendors and trainers changes done by this mod. And this is a new thing. Also, these tweaks are applied also to creature merchants, so you can also apply that, for instance, to the mud crab, to the other vendor in Caldera, which are creatures, and the creeper, and you cannot usually change their behavior because they don't work like NPCs, but with this tweak I'm using the same formula to increase their prices. So I'm more than working now. And that's it, I think, for things that have some interface. Other mods I'm testing, but we must find some example for it. Anyway, over there's another nice mod, a dreamer, a base, but I want to explore more of these. Now we built place and using tree replacer, obviously. And these are woods, and I am replacing one of the standard trees with this one because I love it. And Velitis trees. I think they are great for this kind of swamp areas. And one of the dream of Shiaryu was about gathering some ingredients in a swamp, so she's sort of doing that. And I love this new grass, but every now and then I try to get some of those fungus, and they are not real like this one. They are just fake grass. You cannot grab them, but they are nice to see. Oh, there's a road here, you can follow it. It's very nice. So no danger for now. That's a good thing. You're just strolling around in this beautiful place. Oh, I see a tower over there. Must be some city. And we are failing And this area is probably unfinished, but most of the interiors are ready. There is no NPC probably, but can still explore. Oh, Rot Roaring is the name of the city, I think, not only the area. And this is a small village probably. Oh, let's see if it works. We have a brew here, and I think it is called brew because I have the mod hiding things until we use it. So let's see. Oh. And it was something from Necessities of Morrowind, but we resisted it. But in theory, next time I find the same brew, I should be able to know what it is. This is a different one. Let's try this. I will not drink it because I don't want to be drunk. We get some of these. Oh, I want to show you this this thing. So I'm doing also another mod, which is a classic called more or less I think plain paper fix, because well, this is one of the most famous mods down for Morrowind since its start, because normally when you pick up some paper you open it like a book, and then you have to press the take button and you can take it, and it is a little silly because it would be better to just be able to take the paper, the blank paper. So one of the first mods done for Morrowind has been a mod that was adding a script to the blank paper so you could take it directly. And this is all and good. It is called plain paper fix, I think. The one problem is that anything with the script added in Morrowind is no more able to be stacked. So you had 20 different pieces of paper in your inventory, and this is not optimal. So what I'm trying to do is do the same thing using the new power of MWSC Lua to avoid adding that local script to the paper, so we can stack it again, but it should work in theory the same way. So I can get it. Let's try this. I will drop it and try to pick it up, and it doesn't work. So as you can see, still testing mods. Let me check one thing. Yeah, doesn't work. But I will make it work sooner or later. So this is the idea. Redo a mod that works like the classic. And I know it worked by I tweaked it today and I broke something. So this is the good thing about testing things while streaming. You never know. Oh, here is another one. No, it's not working. I think I could try and fix it on the fly, but I will have to restart Morrowind, and I don't want to do it. So this is the small city of Rot Roaring, a classic Redolent style small city. And let's see if a necessities is working. In theory. Yeah, it is. And this is one thing I added to the standard necessities, so you can see actually your meat roasting also in the campfires. Because I think these animations by the devs are really great. Probably we will have even better animation when Merlot is done with his MWSLUA mods. But for now, I just love my necessities of Morrowind cooking animations. So we are here. I want to reach a city over here. I know that's one of the best iconic time and rebuilt cities over there, so I will try and reach that place. I don't know if we will be able to do it at low level, but I want to try that. It's been a while since I visited this area of Time and Rebuild, and I already see a lot of improvements, especially about the rock meshes. But I have no idea how easy it could be to navigate. Oh, that's also a lamp. Oh, look at this. That's beautiful. I will save, but we have also automatic saving from MWS Lua mod, SE Lua mod. So we have this nice river going to the south. And my birds are trying to go another way. Look at this, we can follow the river from high above. Maybe or maybe not, a little risky here. Not sure we can jump. We will probably be killed. But I think the Atronach has a power you can use once a day, a modded power that you can use to fly. Oh, that's a nice road. Too easy. and this power has some bad effect. So those meshes about the new rocks are really nice, and I love the usual woods. Okay, so our levitation has been used. Maybe we have a little too much ingredients. Too many ingredients. And as you can see, it works like a necessities of Morrowind ingredients. At least one of my tweaks is working. Nice river. There's a small bot. And the shack. And so far, all the doors are working, so we have complete interiors already working. And this is a very good thing, because it means this area is just waiting for people, but a lot of work has been done already. We eat something for our stamina, mostly. Uh-oh. Our first cliff racer, over there. Let's see. Oh, we are still very far from our city. I don't know. It may be a hard trip. Maybe it's easier to try and reach Sydney. We have danger. Come on. I don't know if we will be able to survive here because oh crap. So let's see what happens. We have no ranged spell yet, so it's a little difficult to survive when a cliff racer is attacking you at level 1. Maybe it's better to try and reach Morrowind Coast. Trying to replenish our stamina this way. Oh, the Clambering Moor region. So let's see. Yeah, we can try it. A couple of water walk should be enough. Obviously, trying to reach that place, swimming is not a good idea. So first there's an island over there. Let's try and reach that. We have a waterwork spell. We failed. I'm sneaking here because when I sneak, my fatigue is restoring a little faster because I have this mode which is adding a restore fatigue 4 points when crouching. I think it's a word. And so it's easier to get enough stamina to be able to cast the spell. So we can run away, hopefully without being killed by some slaughterfish. It's not an island, just the coast. Maybe it's a configuration. Let's try this. It's not the mode. So B plan is to reach a point not very far from the wonderful coast and try water walking there. So if you have the Morrowind Code Patch option for this enable, the fast effect of your ingredient is always available regardless of your alchemy skill, and that's good for restore fatigue because there are a lot of ingredients that you can use for that. But even if you're not using that option, if you have a little alchemy, usually the fast effect can be used. So it's always good to eat something with a restore fatigue effect when you are so low level. Can we go this way? Yeah, we can. I love that tree. It's one of the most iconic tree meshes done for Morrowind. Okay, so we are not far from the coast. We can try it. Maybe reach that modded Dreamer sort of islands. In reality, it's a mechanical island that is moving in theory because it is coming from a wonderful mod. I don't remember the name of the mod, but we played it in previous streaming. It's adding a great quest, great effects, but we will see. Oh, we could also try and fish something, because this is one of the things that usually people have problems with. So first thing, let's try and see if we can fix something about water life mod. There's a couple things I would check in the configuration. The first one is this. By default it's yes, and this makes some kind of fishes a little less aggressive. Oh, this one. This is off by default because it was a problem before Morrowind Code Patch option, and that Morrowind Code Patch option is easy to enable. I think it's enabled by default. I'm not sure about it, but if it is not enabled it because there are no bad things coming from it, and this way you have the snail animation fixed or other similar animation which are very slow. They goes warnings message no more, and so we can spawn also snails here, and so we choose yes, and that's one thing. I suggest to change in standard water life configuration, and also this one is nice to have. We won't be able to use also the snow to get some water. And the rest is okay. Oh, this is one nice thing, but it's enabled by default. And I think that's it. Okay, exit. So, let's try and fish something. You have by default the fishing rod here, which is sort of a weapon, but you're not meant to use it like a weapon to hit the fishes. You are going to try and lure the fish, so you try to swing it, sorry, nearby the fishes to lure them. One of them should, in theory, become curious and try and reach the point where you're pointing it. Not easy. It's also not very realistic. But, you know, standard scripting, you cannot really do miracles with it. So you don't have to hit them, you just have to throw nearby. That's right here. Okay, so that one, oh, it was coming here. Here it is coming. Okay, so when a fish is coming nearby, try to lure it. When you see you feel a nibble, it's near. When it's near, pay attention to not be hit by fishes. You know, it's easier to kill them with a spear, but this is some kind of sport. Oh, and we have another fish attacking them. Not easy. I'm also no more used to this. But I think it's better to let them fight and look for another fish. Plenty of them. So other ingredients we can get, like the sand coin. Let's try again. Oh, come on. So I'm really bad. Oh, an abot. Let's wait. Oh crap. It's going away. So if the fish is near enough, in theory you should be able to get it. It's going away. Not easy. Okay, so I think I'm not able to do this. But in theory, if you are patient, and you keep trying, you should be able to get your first fish this way without killing it, just luring it. Anyway, let's try and walk there. So the plan is we try and reach that Dreamer platform just to be near the coast, and from there we try to reach Vandenfell in the Bitter Coast. We keep an eye on our water walking icon because we don't want to have a swim now. So look at this. Now I will tell you the name of the mod. Oh crap. Okay, we did it. Usually when you have a big special mesh like this, it's coming from the mod, so you can get information about it just opening the game console and clicking the thing, and then you type ORE and you have the name of the mod here. So this is coming from the mod called Expedition to Amzaltwan, which has been released in one of the past, I think Modathon or Morrowind Modding Madness. I think Modathon, and it's a great mod, really great. So how can we walk that way? We need another. Oh, we will not try to enter this place now because that's also a big quest for it. But we try and reach one of us, so we need our stamina very, very high. Oh. It's not easy to cast a spell at level 1. I don't think we can reach the coast with a single cast. And yes, that common is the easier way you can get information about the mod, but sadly it doesn't work with things spawned by scripts or with dialogue. And in that case it's a little harder to get the mod from where things are coming. Can we do it? Oh! So, can we survive this? Let's try and get some more stamina. No slaughter fishes for now. One of my fishes here, but they are not aggressive, luckily. Try to wait for our stamina. We could also swim, we are not far. Can we risk? Yes, let's risk it. And it's beautiful. With all these shadows, swimming is very, very... Uh-oh. We are almost there just for a couple of seconds. Uh-oh! We are really bad now. I was feeling something like this was coming. And so this is the beauty of Morrowind level 1. You are really, really easy to kill by everything. You can be killed by a mud crab, by a single fish. You can kill yourself jumping from a little too high place. That's very nice. Luckily we have this MWSC mod, which is saving automatically. Under the hood, so we always have a nice save. And I will wait a little. So water life is also adding some script to the fishes, so every now and then it is a sort of try to get some prey predator behavior. Even if in Morrowind you don't have real factions for creatures, it's something simulated this way. I try to do something like this. So yeah, there's other fishes which are trying to eat some other fishes and so on. And you also have other animals. And that's the reason why you can always hear the combat music normally, because there are all these fights between different animals. So there are two things I suggest if you use water life. The easier thing is just to rename the battle music folder to something else, so this way you don't hear battle music and you don't need a script extender for this. It's just one simple thing you can do. And there are also some MWSE mods for having music played by MWSE scripts, but I don't use them, so I'm using that very simple thing, renaming the battle music folder, so I don't hear different music when there are fights. This also is kind of making things more difficult, because you have no music giving you advice about a possible danger, but I like it this way because it's more realistic. Anyway, I'm trying to get some health here. I should have a spell. Oh, Balina's Soothing Balm. Yes, the music will interrupt, but it will be called some standard music on the Explore folder. So this way you can hear a change in music, but you are not sure it's coming from some set change or from some danger. And Yes, if you pay attention, you can still understand if it is coming from some dungeon, but it's much less noticeable. I think it's less a problem. And I don't know if Open Morrowind works the exact same way, but in theory, probably if you rename the folder, it doesn't work this way with Open Morrowind. But if you move it somewhere else, not in the same folder, probably it works. Not sure about it. Anyway, Balina Soothing Balm, let's see if we can get some health back before. Give it another try, because that slaughterfish is dead. It's being killed by our friendly fishes. And we can try and reach the wonderful coast after this long swim and water walk. And we should be not far from Sydney, so we could try going here, but it's probably better to reach Sydney. Trying to avoid being killed again. And we are actually... oh, I know where we are. We are not far from the Sable Dragon Inn, which is another great mod, which I really suggest you give a try to if you are not using it already, because it's one of the best mods I think done.
What was I thinking?
For Morrowind,
ahead,
especially if you are a fan of Baldur's Gate series, because there are a lot of tributes
Say your business.
about Baldur's Gate here. I think there are a couple of people playing here. I don't remember how it works. Probably I can
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
do something here.
Thank you.
Oh, so I scripted it so you can give him some money and it will change music. And we have these strange people here that you can explore. There are a lot of quests that are moving you all around Wonderful. And there
I
is
suppose
this
I have a
very
moment.
nice
What is
lady
it?
here. But we want to reach Sydney first. Here is another mod which I never play without, because this is the only sign mod which is adding both English and Daedric. So you can use it to practice your Daedric. The little problem is the original mod has been done a lot of time ago, so the resolution of the textures is a little low. What I did is get the textures and process them with one of the neural networks tool available around, and so I think I have been able to double or even more the size, so now they look a little better even for our modern standards, so they are readable, and I really like this one. There are mods using much prettier textures around, but I like this one because I'm learning that trick.
I will listen.
Maybe in
Make it quick.
another 10 or 20 years I will be able to actually read it completely. And this is another NPC from the Sable Dragon mod. We will just go this way because I want to show you another thing. This is my tweaked version of one of the first mods released by Rubber. Oh crap! As you can see, with no battle music, it's not easy to realize you have been attacked by something. But I was talking about the mod. That meal mod has been one of the first mods released by Rubberman. And there is this new mesh inspired from the similar meals in Skyrim. And what I did is try and script it so we can now it's a little dangerous here. We can now use oh crap we can use that meal. We can walk there like in Skyrim version, and maybe get also some money for it. So let's see if it works. Can we go this way? Not really. Oh. Oh, here it is. And I think the job I did with this mod is not bad, because it's all standard scripting, no real animation, but everything is scripted. Hello, I am Brother Zugaril, owner of the La Lumber Mill. If you're looking for loud, then you should carry on up blah blah blah, but we are not looking for loud, we are looking for pseudonym. But I want to show you this thing because I think it's a great mesh, and now it is also working, so you can talk with him and you should have this new topic about lumber, and he's telling you that you can work for him, help with the mill, and that's what we are trying to do. And the funny thing is to just jump over here. Well, we cannot really go that way, but we can do this. Yoo-hoo! all these meshes and resources are coming from Rubberman. He did everything in, I think, milk shape or another 3D tool, and not in Blender. He was not using Blender at the time, but this is one of his first released mods for Morrowind. So, not coming from Skyrim directly, everything has been done by Rubberman, which is very fast in making meshes. And I asked him the permission to add scripting to the mod because I found it really nice. And so this version of the mod has been done, which is adding the script to the mills. So there are mills, one is here, one is not far from the West Gate, I think. And there's one near Fort Frostmoth in Blood Moon. Oh, I never remember. In Solstein. Okay, that's the right name of the place. And so you can walk, and when you manage to have this lumber done, we can do it again, and so on. And the more you work, in theory, the more money you can make. Oh, and we are also drinking something. For necessities of Morrowind, I will try and disable the automatic drinking and eating. Probably you cannot really disable automatic drinking. Only food. Not sure about it. But anyway, we did some work here. Maybe we are able to get some money for it. Let's wait for the final. Okay. Let's see.
What do you want?
I see you got 2 timbers. Take this for your work. So as you can see, 5 gold pieces for each trunk. Not really a way to become rich, but I think it's a very nice way to role play. Let's see if we are actually able to get this. Oh, come on. So basically they can be lured, start fighting with other fishes. So it's not easy. It's really hard. But as they are fighting each other, we can walk away safely. And not sure I want to take the road that way. Oh, a bottle here. Curious about it. Just an empty bottle. And over there, there's another nice mod. Let's go there. I think that's a Imperial Dwemer Society or something like that. a mod done not a long time ago for, as usual, a modathon or a Morrowind modding madness, and I love it. It's adding this new place here.
You want something?
So we have the rumor about something you have to get sooner or later. Let's see if we can actually. Oh, let's talk with Mr. We don't know his name yet. Elondres, a trader and senior assistant of the Imperial Dreamer Society. So we can use our Ori command and get a mod name. The Imperial Dreamer Society. You can ask about things probably, but he's not the one.
What assistance do you need?
We have to talk with to join the faction, I think. Oh, it's closed. Cannot enter, so maybe the quest is starting a different way. I don't remember, it's been a lot of time.
Khajiit has no words.
Let me see if I have some note about it. Okay. Should have a mod here. Maybe it's called the Imperial Dreamer Society. Here it is. So it's a mod by the team Mythical Beasts. Have all Dreamery items on display and see visitors flock. Use Dreamer machinery, so, but let's see if we have the readme. Okay, so travel. So there are no hints about joining the faction. Maybe that door is not meant to be closed. Some other mod is interacting with it. It happens. Do this. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here is another interesting Imperial. Greetings! Are you here to join us in our effort to document and understand the Dreamer, or would you like to visit our museum? I wish to join the Imperial Dreamer Society. We have successfully excavated a Dreamer Hall and used some large decorative pieces, but we are sorely lacking in exhibits. Feel free to stop for a drink and purchase a souvenir. Oh, we have the pass now, we can open that door probably. And we can talk about research. So
Go ahead, stranger.
we can enter there. And she's walking.
Khajiit
Over
has
the
no
chair.
time for you.
Let's see. Yeah, we can use the museum pass to open the door. And here
Alright,
the
I'm
fun
listening.
is starting probably. I'm Illband Mage and Visitor. She has no quest.
All right, I'm listening.
Oh, we can talk about research. That platform you see next to me is clearly some form of transportation, and we must power it up.
I should travel to Choleftingth to restore a teleportation platform. Choleftingth is in the Malag-Amor region, which is northwest of Malagmar. Soren marked Choleftingth on my map.
And we have a new quest, a new fast quest added by this mod. Like you just read from a journal. But it's a little too hard probably for our level 1 character, but as you can see,
Another.
this is a
Questions again?
nice mod if you love to explore dreamer places. And I don't remember
Khajiit has
all
no
the
time.
names of... Let me check it. So the team is called the Mythical Beast, and you find the mod on Nexus probably. It's been released. I don't remember the year of release, but not so many years ago. And the modders are... I don't remember. It's not written in the README. And, well, one thing that I don't like a lot is when you have these great mods done by teams during the Morrowind Modathon and Morrowind Modding Madness, but after a couple of years you don't remember the team members, so it's a little hard to have the proper recognition for these great mods, because oftentimes the teams just forget to write the name of the members in the README or things like this, so you have to look in the Nexus for details, and sometimes you don't find them. And this is another mod. Classic mod, the Aranga Mines, which is adding a mine over there that you can buy, and then you can hire miners and get some profit from it, and it's really nice. And okay, let's try it. Walk. Oh well, see that again. Uh-oh. I see that grows over there. Oh, danger. A rat, but it's not aggressive. And here, a cavern door. Do we risk entering here? Oh crap. Better not to risk. And this is a scenic dead Paqua added by a great mod. One of the mods, scenic mods I love. It's called Dangerous Roads on Morrowind. And we can loot here, but I'm not really much. I took the mod because there was some possible crashing, so you can loot or dispose of the corpse, but it's scripted, so it's a little safer. But anyway, it's a great mod, adding all these dead people from caravans all around Vattenfall. It really is making it appear dangerous. And we have our precious signs here pointing us to Sidanim. Actually, if we manage to kill this thing which is following us. Uh-oh. Sorry, you will have to wait until we find a way to kill that thing. I need something for my stamina, but I have nothing. And this thing is following us. But we are almost there. Almost reached Sydney. So we should find some help with the guards, hopefully. Whew. Right. And I really hope that one of the guards will kill that thing. I need something able to restore fatigue. Let's try this. And the bad thing is they usually do not attack until you're attacked. So the guards will help, but we must first start the fight some way, I think. Come on, start fighting. I press the key, key, which is kill the enemy. It's added by one nice mod, and so we can tell our summon to attack the enemy first. It's very useful in this kind of situations. when you don't want to risk being hit fast. So maybe we don't need a god after all. Our ghost is being enough. And these are 2 children added by the Morrowind Children mod. And our nice ancestors ghost has been able to save us. But our goal is to reach our destination, original destination, which was Sidanim, before being teleported by
really don't have time for
Dagger
this, so make
2
it quick.
in that strange timer rebuilt area. So in theory we could go with the quick charm mod from here and talk with
Your papers, please.
an Imperial, showing the papers to him. And then if we want we can go on with the standard quests and so on, but
My orders are to go to the town of Balmora in Vardenfell district and report to a man named Caius Cosadas. To find out where he lives, I should ask in Balmora at the corner club called South Wall. When I find Caius Cosadas, I must give him a package of documents, and wait for further orders.
and so we have the usual starting of the main quest. But I think it's very nice, different things to do if you are already familiar with the game.
The captain of the
Start this
Imperial
way.
fort at Pelagiad seeks an able scout for a mission. It has something to do about the moat house.
This is another quest from another nice mod, a mod house, something I don't remember, but I merged it with other mods. But anyway, I think it's nice to start in a random place when you are very experienced with the game, because it's a quest in the quest to reach Sidanim this way, and then you can choose to do the standard
Sorry,
main
stranger.
quest
My
line
time is
or
short, so get on with it.
visit some other places. There's a lot to discover. Also here near Sidanim, because it's a super modded Sidanim. We have very nice new places like this Dreamer house. Not really a Dreamer house, but this house is over a Dreamer ruin. I'm doing a little spoiler here, but this is a very nice mod from a modder called Skill 8. And there are secrets you can discover here. And we have also another nice mod over there, that big house in the island. It's the Xenarian Manor, one of the best house mods in this part of Vanderfell. It's a little, the original version is a little, there are some things that are a little overpowered, but I tweaked it to be a little more balanced. And also over there I want to show you another thing which I love, and that's the best house tree house mod I've found so far, which is one old mod by Wally BB, and he's not really proud of it because I don't know, I think it's great. There are some things that have been tweaked, like for instance the fact that originally you couldn't really sleep inside, because when you sleep outside there are always creatures aggressive, and also another thing is that rain was coming inside. But with the new tweaks available with Morrowind patch, I just put an invisible big mesh over the rooftops, and so this way the rain is not going in anymore. And there's a quest to enter, I think. I added it, probably. Or it was already there, I don't remember, but I think we can find some hint here. The character starter knife in my inventory. Yes, I think it's there because it's added automatically by the quick charm mod, I think. Probably is not. It is bypassing the part of the tutorial. And we have this note about a quest for a tree house here. So it's a reference to the previous owner of the tree house, which is probably that mage that we found falling from the sky while we were approaching Sydney. He was testing that new spell and something did not work as expected. So we could go there and investigate a little more now that we have no more the problem of that Kwama that was following us. We must just pay attention to this. Crab, which is trying to do the same thing. But all in all, I must say I played a lot of a new game recently, Outward it's called. It's a very nice game, and still here. Oh, still alive, but sort of fleeing. I played this new game, and the game is centered about surviving and exploring, and this has sort of make the wish to play Morrowind from the start again, because I found that this new game is sort of giving me back the feeling of something to discover, to explore, and so I think Morrowind has been an inspiration also for, also for that game. And no, I don't want this one, so I will dispose of the corpse. And there's even a sort of homage, I think, to Morrowind, because in one of the quests of Outward you have to unlock one chest with the treasure, and the combination is moon and stars. So I think that the game programmers and the authors did something like that as some kind of tribute to Morrowind. And Outward is something I'm very happy to play, but it's very hard if you are not really how can I say it, quick with your reflexes. I'm
What was that?
I'm more a RPG gamer where you have to role play, not where you have to be quick with your reflexes to kill things in real time. So I had big problem at the start with Outer because it's very similar to games like how can I say it? Games where the combat is really hard at the beginning. So until you understand the mechanics well, it may be a little frustrating because you die a lot of times, and you don't really die. You are just sort of you are sort of dropped in different places where you have to start with less resources, without money and so on, but you don't really die. But it's a little frustrating until you understand how things work. But it's like Morrowind in the start for people who play it the first time, more or less. But it's a great game. I think Outward is great, and probably it will be also great to play with another friend, because you can play with a friend, and so I think I will have to discover it. Yeah, Dark Souls was the probably the inspiration for the combat, because I had really hard time with the combat compared to Morrowind. You have to have reflexes to be able to avoid the enemies, and really they kill you a lot. So maybe if you can try to use some tactics, hide a lot, try to reach higher places, try to use the bow at the start and so on, if you are not really fast with the hand-to-hand combat. But it's a great game. The feeling of exploration is great. I'm very happy about it. And I think it would be a really great game to stream for Danae and maybe her boyfriend, because I think it will be very interesting to see some known modder playing Outward with another person and see what happens in such an environment with these new mechanics. I know that Danae loves to play permadeath with all these survival modes, and so probably Outward will be a game she likes a lot, I think. I will ask her if she has some idea about trying it and play it in her streaming. Anyway, back to our beloved Morrowind. Well, we have to decide our next step. We can go on with the quest to get sort of a home here in Sydney, as we have the key. We found the key from Tariel corpse, and we can, in theory, now open the door. Probably I added this part of the quest. I'm not sure it is already there in the original mod, but maybe it was already there. Anyway, we have the key. Should be able to open the door. And now you see this nice, real exterior house. Nothing too fancy, but perfect from a level 1 character point of view. And the one thing that I love about this place is that we have real windows. The first one in Sydney, I think, at least. And so you can see very nice views about Sydney, and get your first house in Sydney. And I don't remember where I found this mod, if I found it on the Nexus or on Morrowind World in history, but I think if you look for Treehouse, Sydney, mods by Wally, you should be able to find it. Yeah. Things added by Waterlife. Sand coins. So we now have our nice house in Sydney. Also this one is added by a great mod called if I remember the name. It's a strange name, it's called the Serendipitous Traveler, if I recall correctly, and it's adding all these barns in Bonfire where you can sleep in a comfy high pile. There is one here, there is one in Caldera, I think, in Nizis, and so on. Lots of nice barns. Oops, sorry. And now,
anytime you're ready.
I suppose it is my duty to
let's
help
go
those less
inside.
fortunate than myself.
Because we talked with Salus Gravius, and I think it's okay, but we may want to get the ring here. Oh, the dagger is still here. So the one dagger we have been given by the quick charm mod is a standard dagger. This is the tutorial one. And we have the usual things. But we are here mostly to be able to get these things. Better to be sure. This one is from a nice mod, Orlak Tomb or things like this. That's a treasure, a haunted tomb, and so on. And especially this one, because this is the portable containers from the mod inventory helpers, and this is one of the containers mod I'm using, the one by CD Cooley. It's old, but it is still good. SE standard mod, pre-Lua version, but still great to have because it has some nice features that are not the same as the more modern one by Grant 7. And you get it here in Sydney, just right from the start. We have also this bedroll we can use from Necessities of Morrowind to change our scheduling, but I think probably we don't need it. And we have also this new place for the guards. We are not able to open anything so far, but and then we could just get some ingredients as usual. But okay, and so we have things added by the great mod by Akimeister Antares. Go to jail. And I think this one is closed. No, it's open. Okay. And the usual things. But we already did this part automatically, so. And no, I will not try and steal that thing. Let's see if I can. Oh no, I cannot.
Sorry,
Okay,
stranger. My time is short, so get on with it.
Already dark here. I'm looking for Mr. Fargot because I have a ring.
This better be important.
I have met a Bosmer named Fargoth who claims the Imperials have stolen a ring of his. He would like it back.
So, from a certain point of view, that ring would be precious to have for a level 1 character because the healing is nice, but Shiayu is a chaotic good character, so she's giving him the ring. Found it amazing, and so
I have returned the engraved ring of healing to Fargoth. He was overjoyed to have it back, and promised to mention my name to the trader here in town, Aril.
So, yes, it's convenient probably also to be good, because this way you can have a nice discount from his friend Aril, which is the one vendor in Sydney if we want to buy something. And we have some dialogue added by the less generic NPCs mod, probably. And there's one thing not working very well with the MW SLUA mod in the advanced UI interface, which is highlighting
If there is anything I can do, I am humbly at your
the
service.
topics that you have still to cover, while all things are gray. The problem is mods like the less generic NPCs often had text in the topic in several steps, and the mod is not working with this kind of topic. So when you see continue, probably the topic will be still highlighted after you have read everything, and it's not working as intended because there's this kind of step-by-step answer. And probably this is one thing hard to fix because you know it's Chan who wrote that part of the UI in extension, so not really something easy to fix, probably, but maybe in the
I
future
suppose it is my duty to help those less fortunate than
studying
myself.
better things. We will be able to make it work better also with this kind of long dialogue answers. Oh, this is another nice mod called Vanilla or Vaninja. I think Vanilla is the correct pronunciation. And this mod is great, especially if you like magics and mages, and if you like teleporting around, because if you manage to actually go on with the quest mod, you can be able to enter all these special places and teleport around in wonderful. It's very useful from this point of view. And yeah, a nice mod to have. But the quest to actually open the first of these special houses is not easy, because you have to find the key, and finding that first key is not easy at all. But a very nice mod. It's called Vanilla. The story is Ariel is in love with this new Altamar lady here in Sydney, and you have to explore and find where the lady is and so on. Let's see if we can talk about. Oh, here is the topic. Oh, you've spoken to Errol? I don't care what he says, Vanilla is the most beautiful woman I ever seen, and so on. So he's in love with her, but she's no more there, and we must find where she is, and so on. A nice quest, and if you manage to finish the quest. Oh, now we have the usual problem with several mods adding NPCs. Usually they are added in the corner of the rooms, because that's usually one place with
Only the happy hour.
no cluttering. But when you have 2 or 3 mods doing the same things, adding new NPCs, oftentimes they are sort of overlapping this way. And to solve this problem, the easier thing is to use some mod like my version of the Take My Place mod. So you can do something like this and move one of them easily, and then you can just talk, having them not overlapping. And I think it's from MCA's Magnus the Short here. So, sort of generic NPC. And the orc one is instead from a very nice other mod called Morrowind Quest of the Week.
I have met an orc named Gunlog Grossballnoth in Aril's trade house, and he wants me to recover a scroll that mentioned a treasure. He lost it in a place called Abisanpulu. He does not know where it is since he blacked out a lot when he was looking for it. He only recalls having the scroll in Abisanpulu, then waking up on the side of the road near Sidanin. I should ask around in Sidanin.
And so as you can see, we have a new quest here, and this mod is adding tons of quests around Ranafel. It's called the Quest of the Week mods, and it is from Russian modders, I think. And the one problem with this mod is that English is oftentimes very bad. So if you are very sensible to English grammar mistakes and so on, maybe it's not a mod for you. But if you like quests mod a lot and you are not so sensible to English errors, you will love that mod, because there are so many quests you can do, and this is one of them. You have to look for a treasure in this place. We must find this Abisanpulu, probably some kind of cave near Sidanin. And the mod is on Nexus, I think. What I do is usually merge the first 3 seasons of the mod and try and fix the text and a few things here and there, but I think there's also a 4th season available. I've not played it so far because it was a little still buggy in some things, but the first 3 seasons are great.
I better lay off the musty.
We have a red guard here, Elon. She can give us directions to various places, and between the various places, this is a new one called Haldenshaw, which is a village near Sidanin, which I really suggest you get because it is one of the best mods you can find nearby Sidanin. It's a mod by Jog, and if you like the Thieves Guild, you will find it's great. It's a real classic. And it's also nice to have because
I'm a busy gal, so if you could hurry this up.
it is very scenic to having
I will listen, Outlander.
this
I'll make it
village
quick.
near Sidanin. And we are usual things here. Can talk with them. And I think I have some mods which is adding some different path for this standard quest.
Thriskar Flatfoot asked
don't
me to do him a
remember.
favor. He believes that Fargoth has been hiding money from the Imperials, and he'd like to know where it's gone. If I will work for him, he will give me a share of the bounty.
I think there's a new branch you can choose in the quest, so if we don't help Riska, we can still talk with
I've decided against helping
Fargoth.
Thriskar. He has been harassing people enough.
And
Maybe I could tell Fargoth about it.
now we can go on being the good guy and so on.
Any time now.
And I think he's from MCA.
Questions, Outlander.
He's one of the first companions. Oh, we have a hint about the
Someone
episode.
told me that Abisan Pulu is a egg mine southeast of Sidanin. I just have to go down the road southeast of here, and once I hit a fork on the road, keep going southeast and I will see the egg mine along the hills to the left of the road.
This thing I think is an example of a problem that usually people coming from more recent Bethesda games like Skyrim and so on, problem people have with Morrowind directions being something you have to pay attention in what people say to you, and then you have to look the map and so on. Something like this, imagine in Outward, is 3 times even more difficult, because NPCs usually just tell you what, where you have to go, but you have no real journal detailing exactly where you have to go. You have some hints. The map has no compass, has no references. You don't even see the position where you are in the map. So it's really hard to at the start. Then you start understanding where you are. But for instance, you have oftentimes to go and climb a hill or a mountain just to try and understand where you are in the big map in Outward. So it is really a game which is pushing the exploration feeling a lot, but once you get used to it, I think you really appreciate it. And yes, it is even harder than Morrowind from this point of view, because in Morrowind at least we can mark points in our map, we can take notes and so on. Okay, so we have this hint about where the mine could be. And let's see if I am able to actually have this MCA companion to follow Shiryu at level 1. No. But maybe it's just a matter of
I'm just hired help.
getting some I will need something to increase is this position. Not sure about it. Let's see if we can use one of those containers. Okay, so we have a backpack, a traveler sack, and I will try and use the abolish sack, and I think I have to drop it because standard scripting, and also, oh, so it's a sort of armor. I think I have to drop it. Okay, so scripts is doing things in the background, and now we can use it. And differently from the mod by Grade 7, we have some icons that we can use to filter things and move things between the player inventory and the container. So we want to move all the ingredients. We can use this one, drop there, and we have our things moved. And there's this nice blue thing that you can drop in the container. So this way, whenever you equip it, it will open. It is very handy. Oh, we have been robbed by this dark elf lady. And this is coming from a mod by Aki Maestro and Trials, which is called Pickpockets. And not much we can do at level 1, so we will get our container back. And now we have our ingredients here, and we can see them just dropping the container on our paper doll. And so this is a nice mod to have, an old MWSE standard mod by CD Goulet, and it can work together with the more recent one by Grade 7.
I could kill that ahead. Those boots are ruined.
Let's see. Oh, I was trying to. Let's see if I'm able to get something helping. No. That's no. I was looking for some wine, because wine should help with personality. Okay, so yeah, foxtail. How much? Not sure it is the right kind of wine, but oh, come on. Oh, and I think traders are a little hard because the mod enable. Oh, and something we need is something for necessities of Morrowind. We already have the satchel. Probably we need the bedroll. And we could use the basic cooking book. We have not a lot of money. And Oh, I think it would be a good idea to get a couple of sacks as we are here, because this is the one place where they are sold. So we get the big one. A couple of them should be enough for now. Okay, the large one of both kinds. Okay. And we have new recipes. Should be. Oh, we have some. Visit Lockham Island from the Lockham mod. And where is the necessities of Morrowind? Should be available somewhere. Oh, basic cooking and strange. Oh, you must open it 2 times. Maybe there's some kind of conflict. Oh, here it is. Grocery list, basic cooking. So we have now some basic cooking information we can use with the necessities of Morrowind. We have no more money. We cannot buy some nice spell. Let's see. It will be nice to get the spark one, the fireball one, L one. We have no more money. And we have the usual long answers from the less generic NPCs mod. What's this? Oh, we have a note about a nice cottage, probably. Okay, I'm not sure what to do next. We have lots of possibilities, but for now I will stop here because I've been talking for hours and I feel like it's time to stop. But I think after playing Outwards, I had this wish to start again something in Morrowind, because the feeling is very similar. And thanks for watching, and hopefully we have showed a couple of new mods you were not familiar with. And well, thanks for watching, and as usual, see you next time.